A tonks button.
Fuck you.
Wait, what happened to my hair? Oh no, I must be excited. Hey everyone, and welcome to Why Are You Still Here? The show you don't watch. We know it, we see it, and we're not happy about it. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
that's all we're saying.
today we're talking about. We have another top list.
Top lists are
this
always
time,
fun.
indeed, it's gonna be a top 10 of
licensed video games.
And we're gonna do this a little bit different because usually some background information or behind the scenes, traditionally we will just record the whole thing together. Well, if we're doing a top 10 list, then we record all top 10 and then we split it in the middle and it becomes 2 episodes. But this is actually going to be recorded as 2 episodes. So we're going to do honorable mentions and then we're going to do 10 to 6. And then the next video will be 5 to 1. Does that math add up? Yes.
Yes, it does. I was thinking of that earlier. So yeah.
And so so you have to sit on the edge of your seat for what our number ones will be. And I'm sure you probably don't care, but so let's start with, actually, first, before we begin, if you don't know, which I'm sure you do, but just in case, a licensed game is a game using some type of IP, which intellectual property is, it's like a TV show or a movie
or a character, a comic book,
something that's an intellectual property that the developer does not own, but they are almost like paying to rent, which causes problems down the line for,
as we see,
remasters or anything
digital
like that,
purchases and things.
Remasters for licensed games are borderline impossible, unfortunately.
Look at GoldenEye. People have been fighting tooth and nail to do this, and I'm sure Microsoft would love it. You know how many people, because Rare owned, Microsoft's owned by, or other way around. You know what I mean? Rare's owned by Microsoft. Now.
They were going to. There
was like a leaked
game
360 ROM of it recently, within the last 6 months. Yeah,
it can be fully accessed. The entire game was finished and ready to be released.
Yeah, for Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, I don't think they added in cutscenes yet. I think that's the only thing it's missing. But the cutscenes were going to be awesome. I'm not an Xbox guy, so I never would have been able to play it probably, but I still like the idea of it existing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, this is the thing. And because of physical media, what you could have done is, when the 360 was at its cheapest, you could get one for like literally $40. You could get the slim one, totally reliable. It's fine, just like PS3 situation, where the PS3 Slim is fine. Anyway, the game would have been used for $5 at its lowest point. You could have got a game and a console for the price of a new game, and you would have done it and played it, and then picked up a couple. You know what I mean? Now that's unrealistic, but I'm just saying, had they released it like physically,
I don't even know where we were, but we were talking about the Xbox Live Arcade GoldenEye that was supposed to come out, and as far as I know, they lost the rights to it, because that's the thing. You always lose the rights because you don't own the property. You're renting it for a certain amount of money, and you might have it for a long time. Look at EA Games with the James Bond license. They had it for a long time, but eventually all it takes is just for the copyright holder, which for James Bond, it's Eon Productions, Everything or Nothing Productions, and they just go, nope, we're gonna we're gonna give it to somebody else now. That's all that has to happen.
Either that, or God
they
forbid
lose it.
that the original property holder is bought out by a different company. Then you're really fucked.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, so
there's so many problems with licensed games, but that's just the tip of the licensed game iceberg. Because traditionally, licensed games, there's a reason why you don't see as many anymore, right? When we were kids, there was a tie-in game with movie cutscenes rendered on PS2 for every single blockbuster ever.
Not even just blockbusters. Like, they would just do it. Like, it'd be random. Like, there's a Starsky and Hutch game.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Not based off of the movie.
Oh, really?
Based off of the TV show from the 70s. Yeah, it was anything. Truly, it was anything. It didn't matter. It was like anything if they think they can make money off of it. And like, there's a game company I wish I could think of. So there's this game company though that they're like disgusting. Blast. Okay, it's called Blast or Blast Entertainment, and they are like bottom of the barrel when it comes to licensed games. Okay, like they created
like LJN of the NES days then.
Sure. They
you know
had like a Home Alone game, right? And you're like, hell yeah, I love Home Alone. I'm all about that. And you'd probably be a little kid, you know, walking around Blockbuster, Family Video, and you go, Home Alone for PS2, yes please, and you grab it. And unless you went and grabbed it and then the copy was gone, you know, is rented out, and so you walked back up to the front desk and you say, when's the game supposed to come back in? And they're like, 10 minutes ago. And you're like, oh, I guess I'll wait. And then it never shows up, and so you have to come back another day and you say, did that Home Alone game finally come in? And they go, yes it did, we held it for you. And you say thank you, and then you rent it and then you play it and you're like, what is this?
That's a very long-winded way to say that the game sucks.
And it's just like they would get the property, like title. I guess they had the property, and it would always be, you know, stuff that nobody would ever make a game of, you know, at that time period, like Home Alone, for instance. And it was just the cheapest thrown together piece of trash ever. And it had nothing to do with like anything. Like, the game is like it's almost like, I don't even know, it's like from above, like an old school GTA game, and you're walking around like a garden and you're like just trying to escape two Harrys. Literally, there's two
Marv
Joe Pesci's. There's no Marv for some reason. He's on the cover. On the cover, looks nothing like any of them, but
God.
Yeah, but it's just two Harrys, and there's like no cut scenes, there's not, they put no effort into this thing at all. And that's the thing. Blast was like, it was like if Blumhouse was a video game company that sucked, that's Blast, basically.
Brandon put them on blast.
Indeed. And there's certain like YouTube channels that will like play video games, like they do let's plays and stuff, and as soon as they go, oh, why does this game suck so much? Oh, it's a Blast game. Like, I've heard that so many times. And basically this is just a long-winded way of me telling you that Home Alone for PS2 is my number one. No. Yeah, so anyway, licensed games, they are a very tumultuous kind of thing. And there's still some that are made nowadays. Anything to do with superheroes is still really big and sells quite frequently. You look at like Spider-Man and Sony, you know, that's a partnership that will
the Star Wars
together
games are
forever.
Popular.
Yep. Warner Brothers and Star Wars.
Yep, we got Hogwarts Legacy coming out this year, which I will basically disappear for I don't know how long playing this game. which I don't know if I'm getting it on Xbox or PC. I'm leaning toward Xbox. I'm getting it on Xbox. Fuck it. I want
Get
it
it on PC. I will disown you.
You'll disown me.
I'll disown you. Yeah. And yeah, too bad you're not in the cool kids club.
I'm gonna get one when I can
with the
find one.
PS5, and then we could play it together and not go to work.
There's no multiplayer in that game.
Oh, they'll add it. Don't you worry. Every game gets it eventually. Before we get into the honorable mentions, I was going to say something else that is a new, relatively recent licensed game is the Fast and the Furious as well. I think it's called Fast and the Furious, like Supercharged or something like that. So that's something. So basically, you have Star Wars, superhero games, and Fast and the Furious.
Who could ask for more?
I know I couldn't. And before we continue, if anybody out there sees my glasses for some reason only on this side get fogged up, again,
nobody saw
because I'm running a fever. And hopefully it's not part 2 of the big C. Anyway.
He's not talking about Claudette.
Correct. Anyway, we'll start off. What's your first honorable mention?
Simpsons Hit and Run. That's a fun game.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because that is also my first honorable mention.
Hell yes, this is unscripted, guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh God. I have 2 of them, but yep, that is my.
So also,
my first one.
This goes without saying. Games top 10 lists can change over the years, like anything. In my back catalog, as it stands, I have a lot of games, but as it stands now, I think I have like 6 other licensed games that I have to get through soon, including Star Trek, based on the 2009 reboot. So we'll let you know how that one is. Apparently, it's not too bad, but I have a huge affinity for movie licensed games. Ever since I was a kid, I've always liked them. Even Duncan's barking, he disapproves. He has a lot to say about movie licensed games.
Too bad they don't exist anymore.
I know, man. I really adored them. They're just, being able to play as your favorite character is really something, even if the game is mediocre. Like if a movie licensed game is like a 6.5 out of 10 and it cost me like $5, I totally got my money's worth. Sure. Yeah. It's just, I
am happy
my properties
to not get things like A Series of Unfortunate Events anymore, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I was going to say
those were abominations.
As a kid, I liked them. As an adult, I replay a lot of my favorite games.
Yeah.
Fucking so bad.
I could not stand them as a kid.
Series of Unfortunate Events is one of the easiest games I've ever played. It's like 2 hours long. But Charlie and the Chocolate Factory just sucks. And Willy Wonka's voice sounds just like Crispin Glover for the Johnny Depp stand-in that they have.
Secondly, my workers are used to an extremely hot climate, and I must keep them happy, mustn't I?
Who are the workers?
You really should speak up. It's difficult to understand your mumbling.
Who are you?
He's Willy Wonka.
Really?
I am.
But Freddie Highmore reprises Charlie, and
wow.
They recreate the infamous scene in the movie. Remember, Brandon, when Charlie is surfing down a snow pile chasing the dollar to get the Wonka bar on a fucking trash can lid?
I do remember that. That was my favorite part in the movie.
Yes. And the part where Grandma Georgina turns negative too, but
Indeed.
Anyway,
so Simpsons Hit and Run is it's
sorry
more
to get derailed
than just a GTA clone. It's just it's like the GTA for kid friendly GTA.
And then not only that, the Simpsons games as a whole from the 7th generation, or I mean 6th generation, sorry, have so much like charm to them. You know what I mean? Like for another game I'm going to talk, I'll talk about that later, but whatever. Yes, Hit and Run.
Yes.
Very good.
I don't know, do they still make Simpsons games? Was the last one for the Simpsons movie?
Yeah, probably. I was
Something
gonna
like
put that in as one of my honorable mentions, but I chose Hit and Run instead. I like the Simpsons game
It's good that you did.
because it came out during the movie, but it's not based on the movie. It's like its own thing.
They still make South Park games.
Yeah, I have one of them. I have Stick of Truth on PS3.
Yeah.
Runs
Pretty
kind of like
interesting.
shit, but it looks really good. It looks identical to the show. It's great.
Everything. I know. Yeah. Everything. I mean, just these days, the PS3 is obviously going to run like shit compared to newer systems. Like the PS4. Anybody out there think that it's ridiculous that somebody wouldn't own a PS4?
Well,
I do. Anyway, so what's your next one, since technically I went as well? Yeah, okay.
Lego Harry Potter. I have another Lego game actually in my top list as well, though. But I had to pick this one. I didn't actually
Games classic.
Yes, I didn't play this one as an adult. Like I didn't play this as an adult. I didn't play this until I was an adult. I mean, so I don't have
when I forced you
for it.
I said play it.
Great game.
Play it now. And you said, okay.
Yes, and
that's how I remember
fact,
it, at least.
Lego Harry Potter 1 through 4 on the 360, and I'm gonna assume the PS3 version still has online play supported. That is the last fucking Lego game to support co-op on online play. Not one game past it supports online play for co-op, and the Lego games are made for co-op. They're made to be enjoyed with other people too, and it really pisses me off. I love co-op games. I don't care. I disagree with you.
It doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
You don't make any sense.
I think that a Lego game is like the furthest from a co-op game, but that's nice that you feel that way. My second honorable mention is Spider-Man 2. So
that's a good game.
Was Jesus. It was a absolutely massive trailblazer at the time.
I mean, Bruce fucking Campbell narrates the training sequence.
Indeed he does. Yeah, it was just mind-blowing at the time. Free roam games, with a big, what am I trying to say? Free roam
sandbox
with like an open world sandbox was like unheard of. I mean, I remember talking to my friend on the phone when that movie well, yes, when the movie and game were about to come out, and I was like, can you believe that you can like free roam around New York City? It was insane. In that trailer, that badass trailer, which we've showed a clip of before on this show, actually. You see Spider-Man walking across like the Statue of Liberty's face and stuff, and it was just insane. It was such a step up from the previous game, which the previous game has really great graphics.
It's still,
and a fun story. Still to this day, the graphics impress me, especially when it comes to like reflections and stuff. But it was a, it was the furthest thing from open world that you can possibly get. It was like a, very much so, you go from here to here to here. There's a name for that, but whatever.
A linear game?
Structured. Yes, there we go. I swear, I'm more stupid than usual today, people.
It's okay.
So,
that's okay.
Yeah, so very linear, and just story based. While Spider-Man 2 had side missions and pizza time and all take Mary Jane from point A to point B and all this stuff. It was just so much fun, and you would enter buildings, and then that would start like a more linear segment. But yeah,
and the cool thing too, Spider-Man 2 is also one of those games that came out just in the right time. What was it, 2004?
Yep.
Okay, so that year, like all the Harry Potter games got the same thing as well. That thing released on every goddamn platform known to man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. And I believe it was on PSP as well, but different developer, different game.
It was on PSP, DS, Game Boy Advance, PC, GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. I mean, everything.
Yeah. The PS2, GameCube, and Xbox versions were the same version.
Yeah.
More or less. But yes. Fun game.
Very
fun
good
game.
Great choice.
When it went, thank you. And when it went to Spider-Man 3, different things happened. There was different versions of that game all over the place. So
also for every console.
Yeah. There was a different version for PS2 than there was for PS3. Literally different developer.
And then different for PSP, different for DS, different for Game Boy Advance. I'm sure it came out on Game Boy Advance.
Those ones make sense to me. The PS2 and PS3 one doesn't make as much sense to me, but that was the time period we lived in. Just like
it was really interesting though. I love
was a completely different one for PS2 and PS3. So yeah, it was. I miss it, honestly.
Same thing for
I kind of
Toy
miss
Story 3
having different versions of these games because you can
love
go and
movie
play them.
Games.
I finish one,
so many, dude.
Go check out the other one because it's a completely different game, and then you could have it like for Spider-Man 3, I don't think they had this going on, but like Quantum of Solace, it was the same voice lines in completely different situations. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff. So number 10 for you,
number
sir.
10. Oh, I have everything listed in order.
10.
50 Cent Blood on the Sand.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I have talked about this game ad nauseum in person with you. Probably on camera. I know I've done it multiple times on camera.
How much do you think it costs to get 50 Cent?
This is
the character of 50 Cent.
I don't know what the license goes for.
50 Cent.
You can also play with Lloyd Banks in this one as one of your co-op partners because the game is online play. He's part of G Unit. I mean, look, we have G Unit, we have Shady Records.
Oh man. Oh, is Eminem in there?
Some of his music is in it with because you could.
How cool would it have been to play as Eminem in that game?
Eminem is in Bulletproof.
You can play as him?
I don't know if he could play as him, but I know he's in Bulletproof and he does his own voice acting.
I would assume so.
Yes. So anyway, this game, as I've said before, I bought this for $8 like 14 years ago, probably. This game now, it costs over $100 to buy. It's ridiculous. Because you know why? It's a Gears of War clone in Iraq. This game came out at like the height of Send the Troops Home with Barack Obama, and they fucking politicized 50 Cent in a goddamn game fighting terrorists in Iraq that steal his crystal skull.
It's insane.
It's like, if I told you, like, it's like Shaq Fu is like where he walks into the store and gets like the genie lamp and transports into a different world. Like, that's funny, but this is a political game on some level. It's how ridiculous. This will never get a remaster, but however, it's backwards compatible on the Series X. So riddle me that.
Oh, cool.
They somehow got the license to make it compatible. I don't know if they'll be able to renew it, but
yeah,
they got it. Because obviously not every 360 and original Xbox game are backwards compatible on Series X. But when they are, like 90% of them get like a frame rate boost or like a 4K patch, and they look fucking incredible. So
I think nice that one probably got 0 patches.
Oh no, it didn't.
Wouldn't that be funny though? It's like, look at this 4K patch for 50 Cent Blood in the Sand. That would be so funny.
Yeah, so I adore that game, and it's really not bad. It's because it's a Gears of War clone, and Gears of War is a great game. It has novelty.
You're the only one I've heard defend this thing.
It has a
day
taunt,
one.
It has a taunt button. He says, "Bitch, where my skull?"
Yeah, it is a tonks button.
Tonks with your bubblegum pink hair.
Tonks, yeah.
That's not in the movie except for like once. Oh god.
Yeah, I know. How weird is that?
And then when it is in the movie, it's like just like laid down like regular like women's hair. So Brandon, what is your number 10?
Anyway, there's a taunt button in Scarface. That's what I was saying before I had a massive stroke.
That game's starting to go up in price on PS2 and stuff. So get that game while you can, people.
Indeed. Is it available on GameCube?
I think it's only PS2 and Xbox.
I think it is as well. Anyway.
And PSP.
Sure. Yes. My number 10 is a game related by one specific actor that had nothing to do with either of those games.
Yes.
Liar, liar, your pants are on fire. Al Pacino.
Yes.
Godfather. The Godfather game. Not the second one. I'm looking at you out there who think that the second one's a good game. Yes, the first one. Which yes, love it. They basically take the movie The Godfather and turn it into like an action
yeah, it's like a GTA
like
game.
an action drama. And
it's on my backlog too, so I have yet to
you've never played it ever?
No, I bought it a couple weeks ago.
Oh my god. You should have gotten the PS3 version. Didn't we talk about this? That was the superior version.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so that's weird that you didn't get that, but
they didn't have it. This was just on the cart. Wow. So I just bought it off the cart. You walk away from that cart and you take out your phone and you take out eBay or Mercari, and then I never used Mercari. Maybe I'll try it.
You press the buy button. Mercari is the better of the two between eBay and them. Much better. I've gotten such good deals on there.
Okay, I'll have to try them out soon. Spend more money.
Yeah. And games tend to be in better condition as well on there. But anyway, yes, The Godfather. It was a lot of fun, and I was already a Godfather fan by that point when it came out, and it just made me an even bigger fan. Yeah, and so it was just I was a very cultured child having watched The Godfather. It took me a number of years to finally watch The Godfather Part 2 for some reason, and even more years to watch Part 3. Yes, thank you. But yeah, it's just a cool game, and they had the likenesses of everybody except Al Pacino. Why, I can't tell you. How you can get the likeness of a dead man like Marlon Brando before getting the likeness of an alive man, Al Pacino.
Yes.
That gets into a territory I just don't understand, but maybe somebody can tell me. And it was a quite a high budget, like AAA game, and
it was huge at the time. Came out on
huge,
like all platforms for the 6th and 7th generation.
Yes, and I just
Except
remember
GameCube, sadly. Again,
yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but the biggest thing that I remember from that game was, I felt like a badass, and you establish like compounds, and there's like a family compound, and you would go and take it over. So there was a story to the game, but there was also like side missions and stuff. Very GTA, like you said. I
feel like that's what I'm going to spend a lot of my time doing.
Yeah,
it's just cool, dude. That's the thing about movie license games, right? They take the IP and then they can kind of mold their own thing into it, right? And then you can just exist in that universe. Like, I don't want to do a shot for shot thing in the movie, like which is cool, but I just like to, like, I'll talk about it with some of the other games, but you get where I'm
I agree 100%.
That's why they're just so good. Like, I just hate the stigma that they hold. I looked at my shelf, dude, and it's scary the amount of movie license games that I have. I still have to now I have to plug in my MacBook, but I have a few of the James Bond games that I picked up for a couple bucks a piece at the local store. My list will change, obviously. I'm sure some of those. Why did I grab my work bag?
This guy's the only guy that works at where we I swear, put me out of my misery, shoot me in the head, and just take me out. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyway,
hope we don't have to re-record this.
Is one of like 2 people out of all 60 or 70 people that work where we work that brings a bag into work. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
My purse.
you should just walk around with it
Like
just
this.
through the whole shift. Anyway, yes, I agree with you though. You exist in the world of a licensed game as long as it's well made, like The Godfather is. It's very cool. And I remember this will be the last thing I say about it. Something that just stuck with me as a child, because it's been years since I played it. Taking over like a outdoor theater area, like a drive-in theater, is one of the places in the game that you take over as your property to like launder money through. I remember that being so difficult. I spent days on trying to take over that theater.
I hate that, spending days on one part of a game.
Yeah, it
brings
stuck
back so
with
many
me.
memories though.
That's why it stuck with me. Yeah, so and if there's anything that was cut from a movie, a deleted scene, a story point that was maybe from the book and not the movie, all of that kind of stuff, and it traditionally that's the kind of thing that they will put into a licensed game to sort of pad it out more. And in a lot of ways, a game can become almost like the definitive version of a certain property. So
yeah, and it's fun.
Super
Very
fun.
nice.
So yes, number 9. I can't believe we're only on 9.
I know, it's horrible.
Good thing we're only going to 6.
Speaking of 6,
yes,
this is the 6th Star Wars movie released.
I remember that game.
Yes, so this was another game that came out on everything except GameCube. Again, why didn't it come out on GameCube?
Bad GameCube.
Anyway, so this is another movie license game based off their movie. It's another linear type game. It's very A to B, but I just remember really, really enjoying this at the time because
I did as well.
We were all pumped for Revenge of the Sith to come out. And, these games would either come out day and day or like a few days before, a week before. And oftentimes, like this one does, the cutscenes are from the movie. So you're seeing footage from the movie early. It was so cool to have these as a kid. Oh, my God. And just the anticipation leading up to, you get, and look, it even advertised, look, I just said that plot point. It said plot point. I just said that point.
That's
right
funny.
There on the, right there. Also,
actual footage
supports progressive scan for Xbox.
Oh,
not only that, 4K Series X patch. You can play this on Series X. I've never seen it look so good. It's almost like watching the movie in 4K. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed it.
I remember
played it recently though, so I don't know if it's gonna hold up.
I don't know if you ever should. Just leave the memories where they're left. I remember when you're knighted Darth Vader, and the next part of the game you can shock people with your Sith shocking abilities, which was badass.
Before that opening scene in like Force Unleashed when you're just Darth Vader mowing people down.
Yes, very cool. Yes, it's like that. I mean, just without the actual suit, but in this one, that is. And yeah, that was fun. And then I remember towards the end how they played the scene. And there's two endings to the game, depending on if you kill Obi-Wan or if Obi-Wan kills you. I think.
I think
it's either that kill Obi-Wan. No. It's either you kill Obi-Wan in the last fight or you let him live. You have a choice.
Okay.
So it can be like,
I'm gonna play this game again.
Yes, it can be like, like the movie. So then it would have the ending of the movie if he lives. But then if you kill Obi-Wan, it's different from the movie. And I remember beating the game twice and getting both endings. It's a short game. I mean, I rented it for 1 week and I was able to beat it twice. So
yeah.
But I remember that you know that, and that's in
of
the
course.
game, and it would give me chills. But yes, we're on number 9. Yes.
Yes.
So I mentioned this game briefly prior. It's Scarface. The world is yours, baby.
Nice.
It is another one of those games that came out very close to around the time of The Godfather. This one got the rights to use Al Pacino's face.
I wonder what they would have done if they
that's
couldn't.
the thing. Can somebody explain to me
They have
why
the
that was?
Name, likeness, and like franchise, right? Like everything is separate. It's so bizarre.
It's so bizarre. Oh my God. What did I already complain about today? Anyway.
Yes.
So bizarre. And I remember thinking the guy at the time that does the impersonation of Tony Montana was actually pretty good. Listening to clips of it now,
Die! Come on! Die, motherfucker! Come on, cocksucker! Come on! Come on! Die! Die, motherfucker! Oh, piece of shit!
but he had a lot to accomplish though in that game. So yeah, but it's a fun game for sure. And it's just again, you know, you're living in the world of 80s Miami. So the whole Scarface thing. So, and you get to run drugs from Cuba to Florida and, you know, not get caught by the police.
Yes.
By the Coast Guard. So it's good. It's good. Thumbs up.
Very, very, very good.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Oh, yes.
So I put this one on here, and I got all the Harry Potter games on here. And I remember our conversation before filming this episode, Brandon, you said, is it okay if it's all James Bond games? And I thought, yeah, it's fine. It's going to be all Harry Potter games.
No, I said, is it okay if it's all just the Batman Arkham games?
Oh, that's what it was. Shit. Anyway, similar story. So I had to limit myself. I have like 3 Harry Potter games on my list, though, because a lot of them are really entertaining. So this one I had to pick for a reason. I've said it to you before, so I'll just say it briefly, you know, for the show. This is one of the only 2 Harry Potter games that has not only an open world Hogwarts that you can just go wherever you want, basically unrestricted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all available from the get-go. It's in HD. You can do missions at your own leisure in this one. That's why I picked this over Half-Blood Prince.
Oh yeah.
But not only like HD, whatever, it's a film accurate representation of the castle. So the first 3 games are their own interpretation. This is what you would see walking through the movie.
Sure.
So the game setup, I'll give you a short little review because Brandon actually did pick this game up himself.
I did. You'll see it. And yeah.
I saw a bid on eBay recently for that game.
2 special features.
Yeah, going for like over $35, and it still had like 3 days left on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so these games are going up in value, guys. With Hogwarts Legacy coming out, people are looking back at the franchise. So this one, you're basically spending half of the game rounding up members for the DA. I think it's like, all 16 of them. You have to do a task for each of them to get them to come to the meeting. They come to the meeting, you teach them whatever, and then you go to the ministry at the end, and then you get to play as Dumbledore and fight Voldemort for the ending.
Oh,
part.
yeah?
But, yeah. So
that's cool.
But the entirety of it though is you get a list from the Marauders map. You pick which student you want to go see. All the likenesses are from the movie. Rupert Grint does Ron in this, but everybody else is kind of shoehorned in. Fred and Oliver.
That's so weird.
Is that their names? Fred and Oliver? No, Fred. Who? The Phelps twins, whatever their real names are, that play Fred and George. They do the voices too.
Okay.
I think Tom Felton is in it. Nobody else, and everybody else sounds kind of meh.
Hermione, I wonder how they were able to get some of these people and not others.
Yeah,
like, did they trick them? What happened?
So you just get to pick each member at your leisure, and it's pretty cool. So
That's
and
cool.
as you do that, you get to they're all in a different part of the castle. So that's the whole thing. You get Marauders map footsteps that show you where to go, and then you just kind of explore. It's like being in Hogwarts. Fucking awesome. Very easy game.
It is. It's very cool. I thought I'd be able to quickly look up the cast of this game. Apparently not. Yes, very nice, very nice. I will soon enough be able to check it out and see,
confirm or deny
the fun that's to be had. But I will say that, I mean, looking at the pictures, it's great.
It's a beautiful game. It looks really, really good.
It is definitely one of the Harry Potter games that people praise highly. Half-Blood Prince is not.
Because what
Half-Blood
Half-Blood Prince does, it takes away the free roam, and the Marauders map footsteps are replaced with Nearly Headless Nick talking to you, and you just follow him around. So you feel compelled to follow this talking character. You know what I mean? Rather than footsteps, which are subtle, you don't feel the free roam aspect, which you can free roam, but you are almost forced in the path of the story. So it's the same but different. The graphics
exactly
are
what they're gonna do to you in Hogwarts Legacy, probably. I saw you in the trailer, fake John Cleese.
Yep.
Like, hello, I am dead.
Yeah, it was like
that
right
voice?
during the
That hurt to do.
decapitation. It was like the day after. I don't know.
Took his vocal cords with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shouldn't even be there anyway, should he? With,
I mean,
when the game takes place in
maybe
the
he's been dead for that
1800s.
long. Who knows?
Maybe.
Anyway,
Who
good
knows? Anyway, good. Happy to hear it. I'll be able to report on that eventually. Yes. Okay, so my number 8. We're on number 8, right? I think so. That was your number 8.
Hold on. How many games have I gone through here?
It has to be number 8 that we're going into. You should be holding 5 games with honorable mentions included. So 3. Yep, 5. Perfect. Yep. Yes. So we're on number 8. My number 8, and this is a game I really don't even have to expound upon at all because I've talked about it enough on this show. That's Alien Isolation.
Yes.
So, yep. It's like one of the few only good Alien games, and there's a good amount of them. And I'm gonna quickly switch over to Lucas because I don't want to hear about the trilogy PS1 games again.
I wasn't even gonna
that's all
it.
I'm saying. But it's good. It's good. I wish that I don't know who the developer was, but I wish they could get their hands. See, that is an instance, and that's a relatively recent game as well. That is an instance of developers mattering, because I said before that developers don't matter as much anymore. With that game, they did, because they had some good stuff in that game, and we've never gotten it since, unfortunately. So I'm very sad about that, but yes, it's a really fun game.
Very good.
Scary as all hell. Stresses me out.
That's good. So we're gonna go to our next one. You ready?
Yes, number
Brandon,
8.
This is one I know you've played at some point.
Okay.
You had to have. There's no way. You being a Star Wars fan, you having a PS2 back in the day. It came out on original Xbox, right? I think.
I might not have,
but I have.
You're about to throw out there.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I know what you're gonna do. Yep. Nope.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm really shocked. You're a big Star Wars fan.
I've never been a fan of the original, or I'm only a fan of the original trilogy, really. When it comes to the end of the day, I've never been a fan of the prequels.
I love the prequel games. I mean, I think it's only because we grew up.
I wanted nothing to do with those movies, except for 3. Obviously, we talked about before. 3 is a decent
we already
movie.
even had that on there. Yeah. But in the Star Wars community, this one still just holds up and it is very, very revered. This game on the PS2 as well had online play. If you look back there, it'll tell you. has online. I've never played the PS2 online before. Oh, it even says it on the front.
What is the developer?
Pandemic.
Oh yeah, the online Pandemic. I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, I've never even heard of them either. But this was a fun game to play as a kid. Multiplayer was fucking awesome. Like I said, never played it online, but split screen was something that you always did back in the day.
Yeah.
Just great game. Also, I'm gonna highlight the PSP one because guess what, bitches? I fucking love the PSP. Did I ever tell you guys that? I probably have more PSP games, probably the most PSP games like in my collection. So
I'm sure you do because nobody else in the world wants them.
About this version, it's the entire game minus the campaign. So it's all the missions, all the multiplayer, but no full campaign. But it's the PS2 graphics, still got the same audio, great game. And it's a shooter, obviously. One of the better shooters on PSP, because as much as I love PSP, not really great for shooters. This one, I don't ever feel that I overshoot because you have to use the face buttons as your analog stick. So you're, as it works. So the triangle, square, X, circle is how you look around. This one nailed it. Great game. Love PSP Star Wars. Anyway.
Cool.
Yes. You can play as the good guys and the bad guys.
Very good. Number 7. So my number 7, this was a bit of a debate to me. It was going to be 2 games from this particular series, but I ended up going with this because it meant more to me. And it's the higher rated game of the 2, and that is Enter the Matrix. So I was such a big Matrix fan around this time, and it was like unheard of to have a video game connected to that. Like are you kidding my ass?
Yeah, I've never played a Matrix game.
Anyway, so it was unheard of. I mean, me and my friends were so excited for the release of this, and it came out and we got it, and that was a game I remember getting day one, very first day it came out on release, and it just blew me away. And it was such a big staple of my friend group. Like, we would play it and we would talk about it the next day at school, and we would play it together. And it was so good. It was so good. The game, basically, it stars Niobe and Ghost, which is Jada Pinkett Smith, unfortunately. And I think that they actually provided the voice of their characters. I might be wrong about that.
Okay.
But Ghost is another character. They're basically, though, they're side characters in the main story. So it sort of takes place in the time span of the second and third movie, but in a side story. And there's times where their story intersects with the main story, which is when you see them in the movie, because they're in the movie. But again, as supporting characters. So there was a lot of, cool leeway that you had in the world of the Matrix, in this original story, basically, in the world of the Matrix. And the other one was The Path of Neo, which was a cool game, but at the end of the day, it was completely restricted to exactly what happened in the movies, beat for beat for beat, for set piece for set piece for set piece. You know what I mean? So it didn't have a whole lot of room to get outside of those bonds, except when you fight giant ants. Don't even ask me about that. You know what I'm talking about, though. If you played the game, there's giant ants. But yes, Enter the Matrix was super cool, and I just have so much nostalgia for it and fond memories, and I just love it. So
very good.
That's it. Number 7 for you.
Next one in the stack. I had to pick one of the Lord of the Rings games. I picked Two Towers because even though it says Two Towers, this is actually Fellowship and Two Towers mixed into one game. As we talked about, there are weird licensing things with franchises. So
don't mean to cut you off. But Lord of the Rings is another thing they still make games for. That was another one I was just throwing out ones that we still get. And there's a Gollum game coming out.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
I'm
anyway,
sure you are.
So anyway, like I said, this one combines the first two because there actually is a Fellowship of the Ring game that has no likeness from the Peter Jackson franchise, and even has Tom Bombadil in it, I think. So it's based more off the books. Riddle me that one. It has a different logo and everything, and it fucking sucks. So there's also a Hobbit game too, which I know that. Yeah, I also didn't like.
It's based off of the books.
Mm-hmm.
The book.
Yeah, the book. So I did pick this one out of the two because Fellowship is my favorite movie of them. So have this one. And again, it was also in the time period where full rendered cutscenes. So get this one on GameCube or Xbox, I recommend, but it's on everything, on Game Boy Advance as well.
It's probably on PSP as well.
No, it's not.
Oh no!
I wish if it was, I would have it on PSP.
It's my favorite game.
PSP version.
It doesn't come out on PSP, so it's my favorite game. Hello, I have yet to introduce myself. My name is Sergio Valente. Yes, this is a real mustache. How dare you? How dare you, sir, for accusing me of not having a real mustache?
That's racist.
Very racist.
Very anyway,
racist indeed.
Fun action RPG. Very good. Very good. You play as like all the characters.
That's another WB property as well.
Yes.
I don't know if the movies were WB, but the games are. And they released
New Line Cinema. Are they owned by Warner Brothers?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so. New Line Cinema is like, it was, Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
But I don't know what happened as time went on, but at least their Shadow of Mordor. There was a Shadow of Mordor and the other one. And they implemented the Arkham free flow combat style into those games, which they were able to do because of Warner Brothers. Yes, indeedy. So number 6, the last one for today, is for me, and there's going to be at least some people out there that are excited to hear this, and that is Telltales the Wolf Among Us. So this was...
I've seen this game plenty of times. I've never gotten into it.
This is a game that finally is getting a sequel. Finally.
Very good.
Which we've been waiting for this for years. Telltale promised it was coming a few years ago, and then Telltale died. They literally went into bankruptcy, and we're like, well, we're definitely never going to get this game now. And then somehow Telltale crawled out of the grave, and they're back. They're back. I don't know what happened, but somehow they're back. And we're finally getting the sequel. It's supposed to come out next year, I think. And I'm just so excited about it. It's based off of the Fables comic book series. And it's just, I really can't explain it for anybody that doesn't know anything about it, but it's like a world where it's like, crime, like a crime stricken world is mixed with fairy tales. And the main character, Bigby Wolf, is a detective and a chain smoker. And he's trying to solve a murder that's taken place. And you come across all these other like fairy tales, obviously Bigby Wolf, the big bad wolf. And it's just like, honestly, it sounds stupid as I'm even saying it, but it's what the comic book series is based off of. And it's just, I don't know. It's awesome.
It just gives you a certain feeling.
Yes. It's great. It's really great. And I think the game is mature as well, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of like adult elements and stuff mixed in with fairy tales. And
That's cool.
It's just super cool. Yeah, I think there's 5 episodes altogether, because obviously Telltale does seasons, and they were working on it alongside, I believe, the first season of The Walking Dead as well. So that one is what ended up getting more of their focus. It might have been the second season of The Walking Dead, but whatever. That got more of their focus than The Wolf Among Us. So it's like every month an episode of The Walking Dead came out, and then every like 3 or 4 months an episode of The Wolf Among Us would come out. So only people that cared about it was me and my friend Anthony. But whatever, it's super awesome.
Very
so
good.
Much fun. And I would highly encourage anybody to check it out. There is they remastered it for PS4. It was originally a PS3 game, but they remastered
It's on PS Vita as well. Go get it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's probably exactly the same game, I'm assuming. So however you can play it, I say you play it, because it's very fun. And Telltale is fun. Almost everything they've done is super fun except the Minecraft story mode. But we won't talk about that.
Yes.
Anyway, what is your number 6? Or did you already say your number 6? I'm confused.
I'm so confused too. I'm pretty sure we did.
That one was my number 6.
Yeah, so I would have had to do it, right? I started first.
I think so. Pull up all your games that you have.
Wait. Yeah. That's all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that including honorable mentions? Because you're holding 7 games.
Well, yeah, because there was 2 versions of Battlefront, remember? One for the PSP and one for the PS2.
But is that including honorable mentions that you're holding, or it's not?
Yeah, I got Simpsons and Harry Potter right here.
In that stack?
Yeah.
Hold up that
Look.
stack again.
Here's all of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I'm so confused. Do you have a list?
Yes.
What is number 6 on your list?
2 Towers.
Okay. Well, that's it then, everybody. I don't know why we can never keep this straight. For some reason.
Oh,
it's
God.
just how it is.
I didn't realize what time it was. Holy shit.
I
It's
know.
4:22.
I know. And so it's good that this is coming to an end right now.
Yes.
I thought you looked at it earlier. And
I didn't
so I started
realize.
to try to speed it up a
I
little
did.
bit.
Holy shit. Okay.
But
All
then
right.
you-
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't getting
Anyway,
angry at you. You were wondering what was happening.
yeah, you weren't, but I saw the time. So that's why I
Anyway,
wasn't
so-
talking too much about things. But anyway,
Thank you, everybody.
thank you for joining
We'll see you
us
next week.
Yes, we will see you next week.
I can't wait to talk about
5.
next week's picks because I have some really fun ones to talk about. I can't
Next
wait.
week is the really good one.
Yeah,
think,
this one
for
is
sure.
is the little teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we'll do from 5 to our number 1s next
Yes,
week.
and we'll be sure to
And,
keep it consistent that time. We'll remember where we are.
I hope so. It won't have honorable mention, so we should be good.
Yes.
But Lucas has to get to work,
All right.
and I have to go lay down or something. But bye,
jealous.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.